Welcome to this video tutorial on configuring and managing Active Directory. In this tutorial, we will cover the basics of Active Directory, its features, and how to configure and manage it effectively. Active Directory is a directory service developed by Microsoft that is used to manage resources in a network. It is a centralized database that stores information about users, computers, and other resources in a network. Active Directory provides a single point of authentication and authorization for all resources in a network. Active Directory is a critical component of any Windows-based network. It provides a range of features, including user and group management, computer management, group policy management, domain name system DNS management, security management, replication and synchronization. In this tutorial, we will cover the basics of Active Directory, including how to install and configure it, how to manage users and groups, how to manage computers, and how to use group policies to manage security and other settings. So, let's get started with the basics of Active Directory. Before you can start managing Active Directory, you need to install and configure it. The installation process for Active Directory varies depending on the version of Windows Server you are using. In this segment, we will cover the installation and configuration process for Windows Server 2016. To install Active Directory on Windows Server 2016, follow these steps. 1. Open the Server Manager and click on the Add Roles and Features option. 2. Click Next on the Before You Begin screen. 3. Select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation and click Next. 4. Select the server you want to install Active Directory on and click Next. 5. Select Active Directory Domain Services from the list of server roles and click Next. 6. Click Next on the Features screen. 7. Review the information on the Active Directory Domain Services screen and click Next. 8. Click Install on the Confirm Installation selection screen. 9. Wait for the installation to complete and then click Close. Once you have installed Active Directory, you need to configure it. The configuration process involves creating a new forest or domain, configuring DNS, and setting up the domain controller. To configure Active Directory, follow these steps. 1. Open the Active Directory Domain Services configuration wizard. 2. Select Add a new forest and enter the root domain name for your network. 3. Select the forest and domain functional levels. 4. Configure the DNS settings for your network. 5. Set up the domain controller by specifying the domain controller options and entering the administrator password. 6. Review the settings and click Install to complete the configuration process. Once you have completed the installation and configuration process, you can start managing Active Directory. One of the primary functions of Active Directory is to manage users and groups. In this segment, we will cover how to create and manage users and groups in Active Directory. To create a new user in Active Directory, follow these steps. 2. Right-click on the domain or organizational unit where you want to create the user and select New User. 3. Enter the user's first name, last name, and user logon name. 4. Set the user's password and select any additional options, such as requiring the user to change their password at the next logon. 5. Click Next and then click Finish to create the user. To create a new group in Active Directory, follow these steps. 2. Right-click on the domain or organizational unit where you want to create the group and select New Group. 3. Enter a name for the group and select the group type, either security or distribution. 4. Click Next and then click Finish to create the group. Once you have created users and groups, you can manage them by performing tasks such as resetting passwords, adding or removing users from groups, and modifying group membership. To reset a user's password in Active Directory, follow these steps. 2. Right-click on the user and select Reset Password. 3. Enter a new password for the user and click OK. To add a user to a group in Active Directory, follow these steps. 2. Right-click on the user and select Properties. 3. Click on the Member of tab and then click Add. 4. Enter the name of the group and click OK. To remove a user from a group in Active Directory, follow these steps. 3. Click on the Member of tab and then select the group you want to remove the user from. 4. Click Remove and then click OK. By effectively managing users and groups in Active Directory, you can ensure that your network resources are secure and accessible to the right people. In addition to managing users and groups, Active Directory also allows you to manage computers in your network. In this segment, we will cover how to manage computers in Active Directory. To add a computer to Active Directory, follow these steps. 1. Open the Active Directory Users and Computers console. 2. Right-click on the domain or organizational unit where you want to add the computer and select New Computer. 3. Enter a name for the computer and click OK. Once you have added a computer to Active Directory, you can manage it by performing tasks such as resetting the computer account, moving the computer to a different organizational unit, and managing group policy settings. To reset a computer account in Active Directory, follow these steps. 1. Open the Active Directory Users and Computers console. 2. Right-click on the computer and select Reset Account. 3. Click Yes to confirm the reset. To move a computer to a different organizational unit in Active Directory, follow these steps. 2. Drag the computer object to the new organizational unit. To manage group policy settings for a computer in Active Directory, follow these steps. 1. Open the Group Policy Management console. 2. Create a new group policy object or edit an existing one. 3. Configure the settings you want to apply to the computer. 4. Link the group policy object to the organizational unit where the computer is located. By effectively managing computers in Active Directory, you can ensure that your network resources are secure and accessible to the right people. Active Directory provides a range of security features that allow you to manage access to network resources. In this segment, we will cover how to manage security and group policies in Active Directory. To manage security in Active Directory, you can use features such as password policies. You can set password policies to enforce strong passwords and prevent users from reusing old passwords. Account lockout policies. You can set account lockout policies to prevent brute force attacks on user accounts. Group policies. You can use group policies to manage security settings for users and computers in your network. To configure password policies in Active Directory, follow these steps. 3. Navigate to Computer Configuration Policies, Windows Settings, Security Settings, Account Policies, Password Policy. 4. Configure the password policy settings, such as password length, complexity, and expiration. To configure account lockout policies in Active Directory, follow these steps. 3. Navigate to Computer Configuration Policies, Windows Settings, Security Settings, Account Policies, Account Lockout Policy. 4. Configure the account lockout policy settings, such as the number of failed logon attempts before lockout and the lockout duration. To manage group policies in Active Directory, follow these steps. 3. Navigate to the settings you want to configure, such as user rights assignments, software installation, or Windows firewall settings. 4. Configure the settings and link the group policy object to the appropriate organizational unit. By effectively managing security and group policies in Active Directory, you can ensure that your network resources are secure and accessible to the right people.